D-Man here. Just telling you, I hope you like this video. So let's get in to the video.
Hello guys, D-Man
Enjoy.
here, and today on Netflix I watched A.I.C.O. Incarnation. Um, this show was on Netflix in English and in Japanese. I watched the English version because personally I like English dub better than not English dub. Although I gotta say the Japanese dub on this would probably be better because the English dub was a little bit shitty, to say the least. Let's get into this. Spoilers because it's been out for I don't know a day or so, I guess. And let's just get into this and talk about the plot line and stuff like that. So first off, I want to mention that the characters in this aren't really memorable, to be honest. They're kind of just bland characters. They're just kind of just like I've seen them 1,000 times in other shows. I'm sorry to say, but that's what I feel like. I've seen them 1,000 times in other shows. And the side characters are even more forgettable. Like this girl, no idea who she was because she was a side character. There's a guy that dies in it that you're supposed to feel something for, but again, I had no idea who he was. We didn't have enough time to actually get to care about his character, so I didn't really care when he died. I'm sorry to say, most of these characters you're just like, oh, we meet them really fast, and then we get to the action, and I never really gave a shit about that guy. And even the main characters, like the two main characters, um, we don't really get to know them that well, and we don't really care about them that well. Even the main girl, her backstory, it's just kind of, I don't know, a means to an end sort of thing. It's not really interesting. This is all in my opinion, by the way. So yeah, like all this is just a means to an end. It's not interesting at all, to be honest. Um, it's just kind of boring. It has some cool action scenes, but it's kind of boring. It's an anime that I've seen 1,000 times before, to be honest. There's this monster that's made of flesh or fleshy bits, I guess. Um, I've seen a flesh monster 1,000 times. Sorry to say, but a flesh monster has been done 1,000 times. And this plot line has been done 1,000 times in anime, movies, TV shows, and video games. I'm pretty sure. And especially the flesh part. I'm pretty sure I've seen that a couple times. Maybe not 1,000 times, but a couple times. It kind of reminded me of that one movie. I forgot what it's called. But the person in there was an anime person. It was an anime movie, I should say. I forgot what it was called. It's like 3 hours and some minutes long, and the guy in there turns into like this giant flesh blob because he has psychic powers or something like that. It's kind of weird. I forgot what that's called, but I think it's like a cult classic or something like that. So you guys probably know what I'm talking about. Giant flesh blob guy. But this whole movie, it's kind of, I mean, this whole anime series, not movie, sorry. This anime series is kind of short and boring. Nothing really interesting happens in it. Like this is the main girl right here, uh, and then she has a clone of herself, and then they both come to life at the end because happy ending. And this is the main guy, and he's actually an older guy that jumped into a younger kid's body from like a younger clone's body. And I can't remember any of their names to be honest, because they're forgettable as all hell. And so this older guy wants to protect this girl and wants to stop what he created because he's just like, I was a mad scientist. I'm so sorry. I fucked up and destroyed half of Japan or whatever. Because luckily it hasn't destroyed the whole world. I guess that's a slight difference in this. It didn't destroy the whole world. Most of these, it'd be like, it destroyed the whole world. But in this one, it's just like, it hasn't destroyed the world yet, but it could. And it's just kind of stupid. It's not really a good, not really good. The voice actors in this, maybe they would be good if they had better direction. Uh, Or maybe they're just terrible because the voice actors in this were terrible for the English dub at least. It was just bad. Not every part, but a lot of parts were just like, ugh, why'd you say it like that? um, and the whole plot line it just felt so generic. This whole show feels generic, to be honest. Um, it's a good thing it talks about clones because it feels like a clone. Anyways, that's my thoughts and opinions on this show. My little review of it. Probably not too long, to be honest. Um, A.I.C.O. I don't know, man. This show, not very good. Even the backstory is kind of lame, to be honest. Um, I would go into spoilers. I guess I could go into spoilers if you really want me to. I'll go into spoilers really briefly. Let's see. The girl is a clone, and she's actually a clone, but she thinks that she's going into her real body, but he wants to put her in her real body to destroy the flesh monster, I guess. Because the flesh is like this symbiotic thing that's all connected to one hive mind sort of thing. And her mother and brother are there, and she's want to save them too. And at the end, it's a happy ending because both clones survive. I mean, her as a clone survives, and her real body as her survives as well. And then one goes home with the family, and the other one goes with this guy because he's the main character. And she's just like, I'm gonna go with him. I know we could explain this to my family and say, I'm a clone, but I have all the feelings of your daughter, and I still love you and stuff. And I'm sure your mother would accept that, and so would your brother. But no, let's just go with this random guy. I guess I'm gonna live my life on my own. I guess that's the only part I really did like about this is because at the end she did choose to live her own life and not like continue living as herself because she's a clone. That's kind of interesting to me. I guess. That's probably the only good part about this whole show is at the end she had that like she's just like you know what I'm a clone. I'm not the original me. I'm gonna go live my own life and discover my own things. Like I'll keep those memories and those happy times, but I'm gonna make new memories and new happy times that are my own. Um, I've heard that 1,000 times before as well. I'm pretty sure there's tons of shows out there that have the same outcome as that. But that's a pretty interesting outcome. That's a pretty interesting ending there, where she's just like, I'm not that person anymore. I'm a different person. We never get her different name, but she does have one, I assume. But yeah, all in all, generic. Very generic. Very bad English acting in this. I don't know about the Japanese, but the English acting was quite atrocious at times. Not at all times, but at times it was quite atrocious. Um, if I were to rate this show, 1 out of 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, 5 being average, uh, it's watchable. Probably a 5. It's like an average watchable show that you'd probably watch once and then forget about because it's just so generic. I don't know, maybe you have a different opinion on this. Um, that's my opinion. Didn't really like it. Anyways, that's my review. Hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, share, and as always, my friends, stay sane.
Hey
A
guys,
peace.
D-Man here. Just remind you to subscribe by clicking here. It works on mobile. Or click here to watch my last video. It also works on mobile. Just remember, subscribe and stuff. Alright, bye bye.